Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 science fiction horror comedy Snatchers, a film that is written and directed by Steven Seeders and Benji Kleinman. And it stars Mary Neppy, Gabriel Elise, JJ Nolan, Austin Freiberger and Nick Gomez. Now, this is a science fiction comedy that focuses on it's like a teenage sci-fi comedy, and it focuses on like teenage sex basically, but it does a bit of a twist on it. And Sara is a teenager who basically gets together with an ex-boyfriend. They have sex, and then the morning after she is pregnant overnight. And she quickly realises, obviously there's nothing normal about this, and it's a bit of a horrific pregnancy, and she gives birth to something that is clearly otherworldly, and this creature wreaks havoc on the neighbourhood, and it is up to her and her best friend to try and figure out what is going on and how to stop this otherworldly creature that she has given birth to. Right, so that's the basic premise of this film, as mad as it may sound. What are my thoughts on Snatchers? Well, I've been hearing a lot of good things about this film. I haven't seen a negative review for this film yet, and when you watch it you could completely understand why. Now, comedy in horror and science fiction, but especially horror, is never an easy thing to get right. But it works for this film, and the reason why I think it works for this film of comedy is it's completely self-aware. It winks at the camera constantly throughout this film, and it just allows itself to have fun there, so therefore you as an audience member can have fun too, because the concept is so ridiculous. Even the effects for this little mini creature thing that she gives birth to are ridiculous, but in a really fun way. It's almost like you remember the film Ghoulies all years ago, a little bit like that. And I remember the poster for that had one of them coming up through a toilet, and it's that kind of stuff that we get here, that kind of humour. It's body humour in teenage sex, and it puts a whole new twist on it, and I think it does it in a really fun way. This film, I really quite enjoyed it for the most part. This film, it was a lot of fun. The writing was really snappy and witty. Most of the jokes landed. For me, the more subtle ones worked best, rather than the ones that were directly in your face. There was a character that essentially the ex-boyfriend who's come back from Mexico, and he's come back with this it's like this Mayan, I don't know, he's got sprayed on by this Mayan statue, and he comes back really lustful and wanting to have sex basically, and spread his seed. His character was just so pantomime. You didn't know what to make of him really. It was so fun. And I guess the only thing this film you could argue was missing was a level of, I don't know, real threat. You never really felt any real threat here. There was never a layer of seriousness at all really to this film, and sometimes that can lend a bit of weight to a film like this. It just felt a really fun and a comedic approach to tell this story of these two girls basically just fumbling through the whole film, trying to figure out what was going on. I thought initially her reaction to the pregnancy was a little bit muted, to say the least. I mean, any girl at the age she was that woke up a morning after having sex and realised that she was pregnant, I think would have been a little bit more freaked out than she actually was. And then when she actually gives birth to what she gives birth to, again, her response and her best friend's response is a little bit muted. Again, you would be another level up from freaking out after what you just witnessed. They take everything, I think, a little bit too much in their stride in this film. Most people would completely lose their heads. I really enjoyed there's a police officer in this film. There's actually a great scene in the police station where this creature runs absolutely riot in this police station. And there's one police officer in particular that just keeps refusing to die, and I really enjoyed his character as well. He was really fun. and he has a thing for Sarah's mum, and he's hard to explain, but he was a really fun character, and this film was literally littered with lots of fun little characters and lots of fun little cameos from these characters that all added something to the film, I thought. So overall, we have what I think here is a really entertaining science fiction horror comedy. It ain't perfect, it's a little bit predictable, it's a little bit by the numbers at times, and the plot devices are a little bit convenient as to how they figure out what they're going to do and handle this creature. It all becomes a little bit too much, I don't know, convenient. But it doesn't make it any less watchable, this film. So it's really fun, actually, and it's been a while since I've watched like a low budget type film like this that has really hit the mark for what it wants to be, and it's not overly complex. It knows what it is. Its tongue's in its cheek, and it allows you as an audience member to really enjoy the film as well. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's certainly not perfect, but it is very entertaining. So it's definitely an above average film for this genre, and it's one I suggest you check out because I'm sure you'll be entertained by it. So that is my review for Snatchers. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching, and of course I'll see you back here for more reviews on Screen Stars.